Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Four news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, Getachew Reda, Tigray interim president, has made a controversial decision which will lead to more tension between Getachew government and TPLF, the Debrecen wing. Secondly, it seems that now, in coming days, we could see more pressure upon Ethiopian government from the US about GERD, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Egypt has held some discussions with the US on this issue. Thirdly, Eritrea is going to warn Afars. Already, Eritrea is warning Afars of Ethiopia, reportedly. And fourthly, Jubaland President Madobe has returned home. Where was he? He went to a foreign country without approval, without clearance from federal government. He returned to the country. Somalia's government, federal government, nowhere to be seen. Let's start, viewers. Firstly, viewers, we'll try to have a live chat today as well. Last night's live chat was disrupted a little because of the audio issues. Mic is working fine. This is the same mic which I had uh, installed in last night's live chat to same mic I'm using now. No problem with the audio now. Either it's related to the network or it's related to some electrical appliances in the room. So we'll try to improve tonight. Let's see. But we'll try to have a live chat again tonight. Now there's four news stories. Let's start with the first one, which is about Egypt-US discussions. I think that we're going to see more pressure upon Ethiopian government by the US in coming days. About GERD, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Trump in the past mediated talks between Ethiopia and Egypt over GERD. Back then, talks could not reach an agreement. Egypt wanted a legally binding agreement. Ethiopia disagreed. Bob Menendez was also part of discussions. I think the US senator who was sentenced to over 11-year imprisonment a few days ago for taking bribe from Egypt on the issue of GERD to support Egyptian government against Ethiopian government. So Trump knows this matter. And CC has talked to Trump yesterday. Abdul Fattah al-Sisi, Egyptian president, talked to the US President Donald Trump. The talks mainly focused on Gaza, Israel issue, because Egypt played a main role in facilitating a ceasefire agreement between Hamas and Israel. Egypt shares border with Gaza. Trump is proposing that Palestinians can settle in Egypt in Sinai Desert. Egypt is opposing that. But Egypt was part of discussions in Qatar, which led to ceasefire agreement. So Trump needs Egypt. That is why reportedly aid to Egypt has not been suspended. Aid to other countries has been suspended. Sisi raised the issue of GERD in his talks with Trump, and Trump reportedly agreed to consider it. It means now Trump will contact Ethiopia. He will put pressure upon Ethiopia to talk to Egypt to sign a legally binding agreement about dam operations. Ethiopia already in trouble because US aid to Ethiopia has been suspended. World Food Program is decreasing its workforce in Ethiopia. UN aid organizations could also scale down their operations in Ethiopia. If Trump starts putting more pressure upon Ethiopia through IMF, through World Bank, PM Abiy could be under real pressure. And pressure can only be exerted by the US. Pressure can best be exerted by the US through financial institutions. Ethiopia is in need of IMF and World Bank. Ethiopia needs to restructure its loan payment next month or this month. Decision is expected. If US opposes a loan rescheduling for Ethiopia, it could be a big problem for Ethiopia. I believe Abiy is going to be in trouble. How will he handle this issue? Abiy joined BRICS, and now BRICS has been threatened by Trump too. Overall, it would be a test of Ethiopian diplomacy, how to handle pressure from Trump government. Trump government needs CC. It will support CC. It will twist the arm of Ethiopian government to sign some sort of agreement with Egypt, I think. Secondly, Getachew Tigray interim president has made another controversial decision, being opposed by TPLF, the Eritrean group. He has officially, formally formed advisory council. I thought he had dropped the idea of advisory council because yesterday he restored, reportedly he signed a regulation to restore regional Wareda zonal councils, but the news could not be confirmed. Now he has established reportedly Tigray Advisory Council, which is the idea of Sadkan and Getachew. Advisory Council will have participants from ruling party, opposition party, civil society, military. It will work, you can say, in the place of Tigray Regional Council, which does not exist. It was established after election in 2020 in Tigray. Election was declared null and void by the by the Ethiopian Parliament. That is why there is no regional council in Tigray. So this advisory council will take the place of a regional council. TPLF Debrecen has been opposing the formation of advisory council, saying that it is pretense for prolonging the term of interim administration in power. Getachew has formally launched advisory council. Some opposition parties have agreed to join it. Betona is part of advisory council. Tigray Independence Party has joined to. Simba Democratic Party is also part of advisory council. Salsevoyene is not part of it, saying that advisory council is not the solution. Salsevoyene has been calling for restructuring of entire interim administration. TPLF Debrecen, obviously not part of the advisory council. Will military join? I don't think so. If military does not join, if TPLF Debrecen does not join, then what will be the significance of advisory council? It can only function if major players in Tigray agree to be part of it. If they boycott it, it will not be able to deliver. But Getachew, Sadkan, they want to just implement their agendas. They want to reform political decision-making process in Tigray. Perhaps it's not the right time. The mandate of this government is to conduct election, to steer the region towards election, to solve just issues which are not long-lasting and which won't have any long-lasting consequences. This government was not put in place to work on reforms. It was put in place to steer the region towards the next election. But Getachew is working on reforms without taking TPLF Debrecen on board. It's another controversial decision by Getachew government. Thirdly, viewers, Eritrea is warning Afar region, Afar people of Ethiopia. Eritrean government has launched a campaign, reportedly through its activists, through its sources, contacting Ethiopian Afar leaders, Ethiopian Afar influential people, telling them that they should be careful, that their region, Afar region of Ethiopia, is being used by Ethiopian government as a battleground for a new war. You know that Eritrean opposition groups are uniting. They are agreeing. They have agreed to start an armed movement from Ethiopia using Afar region as their headquarters. EANC inaugurated its headquarters in Samra a few days ago. Then ENC and Bergin Hamido met in Samra Afar yesterday. Everyone knows that Rasada is also based there. So it means that from afar, these Eritrean opposition fighters will try to move towards Eritrean government. Eritrea will definitely respond in the form of drone airstrikes, ground operations. So a far region is going to be destabilized. This is what Eritrea is saying. Contacting Ethiopian Afars, telling them that they should protect their territory against the plans made by Ethiopian government. Ethiopian defense minister is from a far region, a lady who was chosen as the defense minister a few months ago. Ethiopia ready to use its soil against Eritrea. Will Ethiopian Afars listen to Eritrea? Will they listen to Ethiopian government? Eritrean Afars have been complaining of repression for years. Now, Ethiopia is using this card, Afar card, ethnic card, telling Ethiopian Afars, Eritrean Afars, maybe Djibouti's Afars too, that now they can work together to remove Eritrean government so that Afars in Eritrea will have influence, will have power in Eritrea, and they will be the main player in Asmara. So Eritrean Afars, Ethiopian Afars, Djibouti's Afars, they are being promised by Ethiopian government that if they manage to remove the Sasawi government, they'll be able to control Asmara and they'll be a big player in the Horn of Africa. It is not that Ethiopia is promising them an Afar country comprising Ethiopian, Eritrean, Djibouti territories. No. Ethiopia is offering them that they can be in Samra. They can be in Asmara. Not Samra, in Asmara. I said Samra by mistake. Asmara. Uh, Lastly, viewers, Jubaland regional president has returned home. Where did he go? Madobe went to Kenya a few weeks ago without any approval from the federal government of Somalia. Federal government of Somalia has imposed flights ban on Jubaland. Despite the ban in place, Kenyan government sent a plane to take Madobe from Kismayo to Nairobi. Madobe was not feeling well. Reportedly, he was sick. He received medical assistance in Kismayo. And Somalia was furious at Kenya for supporting Madobe because Madobe held indirect regional election last year in Jubaland and got himself elected for a 5-year term. Federal government of Somalia rejected the election. It issued arrest warrants of Madobe. It suspended flights to Jubaland, but Jubaland is being supported by Kenya. And Madobe has returned home from Nairobi. Federal government nowhere to be seen. Federal government has no control over regional states. Regional states establish direct links with foreign powers, with neighbors, with foreign countries. Foreign policy should be in the hands of federal government, not in the hands of regional states. Thank you for watching.